Thanks so much, everybody. You're very kind. You're very kind. Thank you very much. Listen. Thank you, everybody. Lovely. Yeah. Stay strong. Be brave. Look, folks, I'm not going to lie to you. This is The Late Show, and I'm Stephen Colbert. You know, last week, I don't know if you're paying attention, but Donald Trump seemed pretty steady. He gave the big boy speech in front of Congress, long pants and everything. It was very impressive. I was afraid he had sold the timeshare in Crazy Town. Well, he's back. Man, things are moving so fast. I think I need a Dramamine. I watched the Sunday shows yesterday, and I alternated between weeping and vomiting. Like someone made me chug Dayquil and then strapped me into a tilt-a-whirl. Here, get into this industrial dryer, and we'll throw in a couple of fluorescent tubes with you. Here, enjoy it. For those of you who missed it, Saturday morning, while Trump was in Florida, out of nowhere, he tweeted, "Terrible, just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism." And just like that, the White House had to reset their sign back to 0. And the guy goes out there. He just sets it like that. So sad. They'd gotten up to like 5 days. They'd gotten up to like 5 days. It was a new record. And this tweet, this accusation, this tweet was sent at 6:35 a.m. Who wakes up that angry? That's furious. Somebody give this guy a Xanax or a bran muffin. Or a bran muffin just stuffed with Xanax, like a Branax or something. Next, he tweeted, "How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon/Watergate." Wait, you just said it was McCarthyism. Now it's Nixon-Watergate? Pick your historical analogy. This is the Pearl Harbor of Hindenburg, Great Depression, D-Days, finale of Lost. Finale of Lost. Tweet. And he must have been really proud of this tweet because it's the first time he ever signed one. Bad or sick guy. Couldn't have said it better myself, sir. This is a serious allegation. This might be the most serious allegation any president has made against a previous president. And you know Trump takes it seriously, because his next tweet was, "Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't voluntarily leaving The Apprentice. He was fired by his bad, pathetic ratings, not by me. Sad end to great show." That's right. First, he alleges a scandal worse than Watergate. Then he immediately goes after Schwarzenegger. It's like if Deep Throat told Woodward and Bernstein, "You know, Nixon's a criminal. Oh, and the $6 million man isn't real. It's all done with slow motion. Those are his real legs. It's not a machine." Now, the Obama people say they never wiretapped Trump. Here's former Obama press secretary Josh Earnest.
This may come as some surprise to the current occupant of the Oval Office, but the President of the United States does not have the authority to unilaterally order the wiretapping of an American citizen.
Oh, really, Josh? I'll have you know a lot of things come as a surprise to Donald Trump. The First Amendment, object permanence, the fact that Ben Carson isn't the guy from Family Matters. I think he is.
Stefan.
He's not, right? We don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
What about Stefan? Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert.
I don't know. Need more? No proof? Here's former Director of National Intelligence and sentient testicle, James Clapper.
There was no such wiretap activity mounted against the president-elect at the time, or as a candidate, or against his campaign.
If anything, we've been trying to think of ways we can hear Trump less. The NSA is working on Trump-canceling earphones. We're almost there. Now, faced with these denials, Trump has not produced a shred of evidence. So where did Trump get his info? From the CIA? From the FBI? Out of his ASS? Well, apparently. Now, it was very fine. It's a fine year. It's a fine year with Monsieur like to keep the cork. Apparently, this idea came from right-wing radio host and unlicensed gynecologist Mark Levin, who ranted about these wiretaps on his radio show. That show was then written up by Breitbart as Mark Levin to Congress investigate Obama's silent coup versus Trump. Oh, that's the worst kind of coup. Silent but deadly. So, faced with zero evidence, the Trump team did the only logical thing and called for an investigation. White House press secretary and man using a coupon on his first date, Sean Spicer, took... Sure, it'd be a nice date. It'd be a fun date. Took to Twitter to demand that the intelligence committees in Congress investigate Trump's charges, adding, "Neither the White House nor the president will comment further until such oversight is conducted." So now they're not going to comment on the bad thing they made up? Mr. Johnson, you have herpes, or at least you might. We haven't run any tests yet. No further comment. And the craziest thing about Trump calling for an investigation without any evidence of this thing that no one else has said is that it actually worked. Congress is going to investigate Trump's wiretapping claim. So that's it. From now on, we have to take all of Trump's allegations seriously. Just heard bad or sick Obama hiding under my bed. Hashtag #OBoogeyman. That's scary. That is spooky.
Wow.
That is spooky.
Under the bed?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So why did Trump do it? Apparently, Trump was none too pleased that thanks to more Russia revelations, Jeff Sessions had to recuse himself on Thursday. So Trump's staff did whatever they could to calm him down. One White House official even said they tried to put Trump in a better mood by going over their implementation plans for the travel ban. Ooh, look at the shiny travel ban. Do you want a travel ban? Just a big Does the big angry man want to split up some Muslim families? I see a smile. I see a smile. I hope he doesn't think I'm speaking Arabic right now. Because I'm not. But it turns out nobody's better at pleasuring Trump than himself. Because after his Obama tweet storm, Trump was brighter Sunday morning as he read several newspapers pleased that his allegations against Obama were the dominant story. Well, we here at The Late Show want to do our part to keep the man with the nuclear codes calm and happy. So my news channel, Real News Network, filed this explosive report on the Obama allegations.
Welcome to Real News Tonight. I'm Jill Newslady.
And I'm Jim Ankerton.
Our top story tonight, incredibly true allegations about Barack Obama. President Trump used his giant brain to figure out that the fake President Obama illegally wiretapped the very famous Trump Tower, like how a sick pervert would. Truly a loser move, Jim.
That's right, Jill. In a scandal that everyone is calling Watergate times a million, but worse, proof definitely exists that a terrible crime was committed by Obama, a Muslim who was born in space.
Obama is bad.
Obama is very bad and sick, and Trump is good.
Extremely good. Also, the very real wiretaps definitely didn't find anything incriminating if that was something you were worried about, which it wasn't because Trump is so good.
Yes, so very good.
Coming up next, Arnold Schwarzenegger has a very small penis.
They do great work. Those guys,
That's the news.
that's real news.
That's the real news.
That's the real news.
That's what we talking
They
about.
couldn't say that.
Yeah.
We got a great show for you tonight. Anderson Cooper is here. But when we get back, I always explain Trump's Russia problem on my patented chalkboard. Stick around.